YouTuber of the month. Hello and welcome everyone, Bilbo Baggins here. Not in the basement this time. I am in my sunroom, is the room we call it, which happens to be, you guys can't see it, but the same room I film my vinyl videos in. I apologize for all my followers out there that I've not been very active on getting videos out. It's been a crazy summer. We're getting to a point where I can breathe again. School has started. We should be getting back to some normalcy here, and if you hang with me, hopefully make some more videos. Right off the bat here, wanted to just say a huge thank you to Drinking Games with Josh. He was so humble to nominate me for YouTuber of the Month. It was a big surprise. Yeah, thanks so much, Josh. All my regular viewers, it's just been great to see you folks every video I put out, just all the interactions and the comments. Everyone's been so supportive. Also, a huge shout out to my trade group, Retro Collective. Appreciate all your support. And yeah, I'll link to that awesome video that Chris puts out every single month at the Real Bit Wars. And if you think I deserve YouTuber of the Month, go vote for me. I just want to say I'm thankful to even be part of any community here on YouTube. I honestly just had an idea to pair some NES music on vinyl with some gameplay, and that turned into a year's worth almost of videos, making new friends, expanding my collection, more vinyl purchases, just tons of fun. Many trades with the community, just meeting so many new people. It's been quite the ride, and I am very appreciative. And yeah, enough of me rambling, right? So today is a little different, right? I am sitting here, I got a table in front of me. I got some stuff, little sneak peeks here. What stuff did I grab? A little bit of backstory, right? So I grew up in the mid to late 80s, early 90s is when I kind of really discovered gaming, right? So we got NES, was my first console. I grew up in the prime of the Super Nintendo. As I hit about teenager age, N64, that one maybe hasn't aged the best, but still enjoy it. Still have a bunch of N64 controllers, different fun colors, different things like that. Kind of fell off pretty hard of gaming. I played PS2 in high school. Kind of didn't do any gaming early adulthood. Fast forward a good 15 years or so, and right before the pandemic hit, I decided to pick up another NES, and because I sold most of my stuff in college, needed the cash at the time. Wanted to pick up an NES to play, a couple of games. I think I picked up Turtles 2, the arcade game for NES, Contra, Battletoads, just a couple of games that I enjoyed as a kid. And what happens with some other of my hobbies I've been involved in, I dove up the deep end hard. And here we are now, about 4 years into this hobby, and I've made tons of friends. Have around 400 games in my collection. It's been great. Still enjoy it, still love it. So to make a long story short, I just wanted to curate a few things here that I think are pivotal in my story, if you will, for my gaming journey. And some things that are important to me that I would probably not get rid of unless there was some really hard times or something. And then just things that are important to me that fit my lifestyle as Bilbo Baggins, the retro gaming YouTuber, etc. Where should we start? So I'm going to start with a few things that are from my childhood. I sold off almost everything, but fortunately my parents didn't throw anything, and I was fortunate enough to go visit their place after I got into this hobby and found just a couple things. We'll start with my copy of Mega Man 3, but I still have a copy of Mega Man 3, which is we bought that brand new when it came out. Super Mario Bros. 3, also NES. This is my original copy from childhood. Still in good shape. This is probably my favorite game of all time. Sometimes I can't decide which title fits that, but it's a good one, no doubt, timeless. Okay, then probably the game that I played the most growing up, and I consider to be top 3 favorite games of all time, is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero for the NES. I just got this custom case, but I got a nice cart in there. This game is underrated, underappreciated, hidden gem, whatever you want to call it, any of those buzzwords we all use. It is fantastic in my opinion. It has elements of, it's got the Turtles swap characters on the fly that game introduced. It's got stats, it's got some leveling, it's got action, it's got some navigating through the levels, a little bit of backtracking, boss battles, run and gun like Contra. Just check it out. It's such a gem. I love it. Great music. As you guys know, music is important to me. So that one is an excellent NES title to pick up if you've never played it. Next, let's go Battletoads. Some of you maybe have seen my Battletoads video. It's a game that I rented back in the early 90s when it came out. This is a later release, 91, put out by Rare. Great graphics, amazing soundtrack, more on that later. But man, is it tough. Unfair, tough, controversial. I know lots of guys that have beat it. I know a few guys that have no death ran it. Did it take some practice? Yes. Is it doable? Yes. Can it be beaten by your average gamer? Possibly. I have not beat it yet. I want to beat it someday and have footage, obviously, since I've been doing the YouTube thing. But so nostalgic for this game. It is one of my favorites. Never get rid of this. Super fun. Okay, let's change gears to some other let's mention another couple classics from my childhood that I could never get rid of. We got the Contra and Super C games. These are some of my absolute favorites. I rented the original all the time. In fact, I want to say one particular rental store in the town I grew up in, it had a little piece of paper shoved in the little plastic clamshell when you rent games that had the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start, of course. When I was a kid, did the 30 life code all the time. Nowadays, I can beat it. Haven't no death ran it, but I'm getting there. I want to do that. Super C, I want to zoom in a little bit closer. The artwork is by my favorite artist, Tom Dubois. I've mentioned his name several times on my channel. Iconic Konami artist that worked on a lot of the North American box art for Konami games, and just fantastic, all hand-drawn art. This is one of my favorites of his. These days, year 2023, I'm Team Super C. Kind of cool. I know you're listening. You and I still have to have that discussion of why the original is better. We're splitting hairs. They're both fantastic games. This is the kind of game style I like, though. I like action games, action platformers, run and gun. Sorry, John, run and gun. This is a run and gun, right? Not an action platformer. Anyways, okay. Another piece we'll move on to is a franchise that I absolutely fell in love with and is so fun. Is the Castlevania series. I somehow went through my whole childhood and never had played a Castlevania game. I remember a couple of my friends growing up that had NES that had it, but we never played it. Or we maybe put it in and played a few minutes and then like it was too hard. Or I was like 6 years old or something. Anyways, when I got into retro gaming, I fell really hard for that series. It was super fun series. I have the original, play that all the time. I have a nice copy of Dracula's Curse, which also, if you look at the artwork, is none other than Tom Dubois. So that's another theme there. This is in the top 5 NES for sure. Right up there with, Super Mario Bros. 3 and Mega Man 3 and the other one I mentioned, G.I. Joe. For my favorites anyway. Hard game, but such a good game. So there's that. And last NES I'm going to mention, obviously, NES and Genesis are my two go-tos. That's just, I don't really play the console war thing, Super Nintendo, Genesis, whatever. I like NES and Genesis. Those are my two favorites by far. Last one I'll mention, Mega Man 4. Mega Buster Retro, a very good friend of the channel, a good friend of mine. This is his favorite Mega Man game, and he is a Mega Man legend. I fell in love with this one. 3 was kind of my baby growing up since I had it since it launched. But man, 4 is really good. It's the introduction to the charge shot, Dr. Cossack at the end. It's a little twist. Great music, which all Mega Man games have great music, but I digress. Check that one out if you haven't. Okay, changing gears now to Genesis, just real briefly. I have a ton of Genesis games. I owe this game my... It's what brought me back to retro gaming. I had a friend that grew up down the block from me. He had Genesis, I had NES. We played a ton of Sonic. We also played some other sports games, which sports games on the Genesis are great too. We played some Road Rash, lots of things like that. But if I hadn't played a lot of Sonic when I was a kid, I don't know if I'd be into retro gaming as much as I am now. So much so that this one is just way up there for nostalgic purposes as like Super Mario Bros. 3 even. So obviously I got a copy of this. I have several copies laying around. I'll showcase more of my Genesis collection later, as I've got lots of requests for that. I have a lot of clamshell Genesis collection. Last Genesis one I'll mention that's a top 10 of all time for me is, of course, Castlevania Bloodlines. No surprise, the artwork is amazing, and Tom Dubois again. Great game. Sometimes kind of forgotten about. Super Castlevania 4 gets all the 16-bit love. This is a great game. So those are some of my favorite things. Now, I'm going to mention one last thing here, is this guy here. So this is the first vinyl record that I got that is video game music. This is Battletoads, obviously. The original NES version, done up by David Wise, who has Donkey Kong Country fame. But what's neat about this one is it's got the gatefold is just this giant fist punching out, which is really neat. And of course, the discs are bright pink. So, well, I like the artwork on side B here better. Classic Battletoads look. So anyways, this is what made me fall in love with retro vinyl. So I just wanted to show you guys that if you hadn't already seen it on my channel. I've got lots of others. I have about 15 soundtracks on vinyl of video games. So kind of the origin story of my channel was the vinyl piece, and I've expanded from there. But hope to do more of those in the future. Hope to have some more gameplay. I know I've been teasing some Kunio-kun games. More on that to come. That's the next project I'm working on with some gameplay and some story, and gonna try to incorporate some almost like a radio program. Have some music pieces in there, and then showcase some games and some gameplay. Throw another music piece in there, and maybe announce it like a radio announcer would, announcing the track, giving credit to the composers, things like that. That's just things I'm passionate about. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this this beautiful afternoon in September. Appreciate the patience as life has just been crazy busy. But I am looking forward to the fall, making more content. And once again, thanks to Josh for the nomination for YouTuber of the Month. Go check out that video if you do so desire. I just want to make new friends on YouTube. I appreciate the nomination, but let's just all, enjoy this community, and just thanks so much for tuning in again, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. YOTM. You only told me? Wait. YOTM. You only told me? Oh. YouTuber of the Month. What an idiot. I got it. Okay. Wow. I have been nominated for YOTM, YouTuber of the Month. So, I am very appreciative of that. But you know what? There's other nominees there too. Go check them out. I will link to their channels. Please, go check them out as well. Not just me. I can't even handle acronyms like YOTM. Alright, see you guys. Alright guys, I'm really an idiot. It's YTOM, YouTuber of the Month. Not YT. Whoever started calling YouTube YT? Is it Mockingjay YT? Huh? Who was it? YTOM, YOTM, YouTuber of the Month. What a silly acronym. But it's great. What's next? Bruh? Or bro? I don't know. I'm behind apparently. I don't even know how to talk. I'm back one more time. It's YTOTM. I give up.